Hello, and on the gaming table today, just a quick video here about a playtest I was going through for the game that I've been putting together, which now has a name. It's called Fields of Mayhem. So let's take a quick look. So my objective here in running this test was basically playtesting some of the additional rules and things that I'd been putting in, and I just had 10 units on each side here, so each little block of figures you can see is one unit, and remembering that this is a grid-based game. And so, yeah, here, as I'd done other playtests, I'd come across some rules, so I was like, oh, I hadn't thought of that, or this didn't work out so well. So I'd made some adjustments and just having another go at things here to kind of see how it works. So the two forces here, using my Dark Elf figures and my Norse figures, just kind of representative units from those two armies that they would be in Warmaster. They've got stats in Fields of Mayhem and just giving them a run against each other. So at the top of the screen, for both sides, there were the mobile units, a couple of cavalry units. The middle of the line was basically big infantry units, and at the bottom, there was kind of a bolt thrower on the Dark Elf side and some Norse archers that are stalking through the woods there at the bottom of the screen. So as the lines clash here, just to explain a few of the markers that you can see, the little white markers are just when units have taken their turn, and red markers are a disordered status, which is generally a bad thing, but it can be recovered from. So here as the lines clashed in the middle, you can see at the top of the screen, the cavalry's kind of gotten stuck into each other, and there was kind of a wild melee going on up there as the cavalry tried to outmaneuver each other. And at the bottom of the screen, the archers in the woods on the north side were shot at a little bit and then tackled by some of the Dark Elf spearmen coming down off the hill. So as the lines clash here, you can see a number of red markers popping up on the Dark Elf side, the forces on the right of the screen. So yeah, they're getting a bit beaten up here. Yeah, as the Norse are getting a little bit of an upper hand here, it's getting a little bit harder for the Dark Elves to hold their line. That said, though, it was the Dark Elf side that caused the first casualties. There was kind of a unit of Berserker Fanatics on the Norse side, which got beaten up and taken out, and similarly one of their units of cavalry got damaged. The casualties are at the top of the screen, but I moved them down to the bottom of the screen shortly when the Dark Elves start taking some casualties so that you can see them more clearly. I found out that the kind of the Fanatic Berserker style units, Berserkers on the North side, kind of Witch Elves on the Dark Elf side, are pretty fragile, and I think I'll keep that in, that they're quite fragile. They're kind of glass cannons, right? And so it makes for an interesting effect when they charge in, try and do some damage, but then eventually they'll die pretty quickly. But apart from that, this kind of game, the way I've designed it, is pretty much a maneuver game. You're trying to, get maneuver advantage, get, into good positions to be able to do damage on your opponent. Moving is not so difficult. It's risky, though. Everything you do carries risk. And you'll notice there's a couple of dice at the bottom of the screen, a green one and a white one, and occasionally they get turned to different numbers. The value on those dice is a value in the game called Mayhem, and that actually affects kind of things that are going on in the game and kind of how much you get to do before your turn ends. I won't describe it more than that here. We'll take a look at how the rules for this work another time. I've got the rules fully written up, but at the moment I'm still adding photos and some diagrams to make it a little bit more clear. But here, as you can see, the game progressing. What were kind of ordered lines in the middle have now kind of shattered, and I think it's a bit of a free-for-all in the middle. And this is part of the fun. Things get broken up. Things get very chaotic as the lines clash and things move or fall back or follow up. At the top of the screen, the Dark Elf kind of forces were having success with their cavalry, and at the bottom, they managed to push those archers through the woods there. But in the center, the Dark Elves were getting beaten up, and they were starting to take some casualties there that were going to count against them in the long run. And so here things are just wrapping up at this stage. The Dark Elves actually get beaten here, and we reach the end state, which I'll describe in another time. Yeah, it was satisfying to get this through, and I managed to get 7 turns on each side done in an hour. So the game is fairly quick, which is again part of the intent. And again, I came across a couple of situations where I was like, okay, I need to clarify a rule or whatever about that. But this is all part of the development of the playtesting and getting this thing more ready for other people to take a look at. But anyway, I hope you found that a little bit interesting to take a look at this. If you've got any comments on what it looked like, what seemed to be happening, and kind of how it looks to you or how it kind of feels from a distance, let me know, and we'll chat about it in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.